Bongoben's back and he's living the dream. This time I'm not on a campsite. I'm lucky enough that I've got some good friends who own a field and they've kindly let me come and camp here for 2 nights. So, I mean, winner winner. I've got the whole field to myself, right in the middle of the Norfolk countryside. Fantastic. What more do you want? You know? So, let's get set up anyway, people. Well, it may not be the best fire pit, but that'll do. Good enough for me. It's dug down, so I ain't going to burn the roots of the grass and destroy any of the grass, because obviously it's not my property. So yeah, that'll do. I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely boiling today. One hell of a hot day. I really want to take my shirt off, but I don't think you're ready for me to unleash the Sasquatch. Boom. Well, thank God that's done. Now I can actually start relaxing. Whilst I'm out here, might as well give a bit of an introduction to the channel and to me. I'm Bongoben. My name is Ben, and I drive a Mazda Bongo. The nickname stuck after a work colleague called me it up because all I'd ever talk about was my Bongo. Of course, why would I talk about anything else? And basically, I only learned to drive about 8 years ago. A bit of a late bloomer because I'll be 40 this year. And my dad had a Bongo, not this one, it was a 2.5 diesel. He sold that to me and I learnt to drive because I looked at that and thought that's got everything I could ever want in a vehicle. Road trips, you know, use it as a van. I thought that's perfect. So it was because of that vehicle I thought I'm going to learn to drive and I'm going to go out and see places, and that's what I do. Now the first Bongo, unfortunately I had some issues. I had to say goodbye to that. That was my true love, and recently I had to replace it with this 2-litre petrol. So normally I like to go out in the Bongo and do long trips. I've normally done a lot of long distance, Scotland, Ireland, do a lot of Cornwall, which is far when you live in Norfolk. So, but this channel I'm going to be starting off around the Norfolk area. 2 reasons. 1, money is a bit of an issue at the minute, and 2, I need to learn what I'm doing. I need to, you know, this is all a learning curve. I need to figure out how long the batteries are going to last, how long I can go for before everything needs recharging. There's a lot of little bits I need to get to terms with. So what the channel's basically going to be is me going out in the camper van, staying on campsites. I'm going to show you the campsite, show you what it's like, show you the facilities if I can. If there's loads of people, you can't film in a toilet, obviously, if there's loads of people about. But show you the facilities, give you an idea what the campsite is like, and then take you out and show you what is around in the surrounding area. I do a lot of long distance walking and a lot of bike riding. So I'll take you out and we will see what the area is like, and you can decide, would that be a trip for you? If you think any of that would be for you, then subscribe, because I'd love to have you on board. It'd be great to take you out and get on with some adventures. So yeah, the Bongo. I've only ever owned Bongos. I've only owned 2. And I'd never own any other vehicle. I love them. They're great. They just suit me down to the ground. Perfect. Why would I want anything else? They suit my needs perfectly. Basically, I am a complete beginner at YouTube. And I always thought I could never do this because I don't really... I see myself as quite a boring person. I don't have fun energy, you know. Not really Mr. Excitement. But I started watching, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and there was a couple of people I saw, a couple of channels I watched, and they were just so dull and miserable and plain. I'm not going to say who they were, because, you know, good luck to them. I thought, well, they ain't going to get very far. And then I looked not too long ago, and they're now getting like 30,000 views on their videos. And I thought, well, I may not be Mr. Excitement, but if they can do it, I can sure as hell give it a go. So I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to do the best I can at it, because I love doing stuff like this. I love going out in the camper van, you know, so yeah. So initially I thought about doing like stealth camping, because I watch a lot of that, and then I realised I just wouldn't enjoy it. Going out in campsites and then exploring the local area is what I've been doing for the past 8 years. So why not just do that? You know, you can park up somewhere for the night, and I've done it, but you can't relax, you can't have a beer. It's just not enjoyable. If you're on a campsite, you can have a beer, you know your vehicle's safe, you can go off, wander around, do what you want, and that's just that weight off your mind. Yeah, you're going to pay about 20 quid a night, but it's 20 quid a night for peace of mind. And that's why I always stay on campsites, and that's why I decided to not go with the whole stealth camp stuff, because it's just not what I actually enjoy. So I thought, let's get out there and show you the campsites, show you the local area, because that's what I actually do. I've done a lot of travelling, and it's what I love doing. It is my passion. It's just getting in the camper van and just going on a road trip. I didn't used to have much comforts in them. The old Bongo, the seats just folded down, and I slept on the seats folded down. I never put them up, I never had leg room, nothing like that. I would literally spend all day walking about, seeing the sights, and then I'd just come back just to sleep. Now I'm getting a bit older, I like to relax and try and take it a bit easier. The new Bongo, there's only one seat that fold down, and then there's this little bed thing that fold out, and I sleep on that, and I can put that up, and I've got leg room and a table, and it is a lot better, you know. It is. It's nice to have them comforts as you're getting older. But I'm not a man of wealth. I never have been. Obviously I hope to be, but I probably never will. I can't afford all the accessories, all the mod cons, but you know what? You don't need them. You can go out and have a great time without them. You ain't got to have all of the nice stuff. You ain't got to have your VW with all the units and all the mod cons, all the fancy gadgets. I've got next to nothing in there. I just got a bed I sleep on. That's it. I've got a few little battery power banks. That's it. You know, bare minimum. And I've been doing it like that for years. And it's fine. Yeah, I'd love to have a proper conversion and a proper bed in there. That would be amazing. But it's not in my budget. But at the end of the day, although I am going to be exploring the campsites and showing you the campsites, it's what's around the campsites that's more important to me, because that's what gets me there. I'm not one of the campers who goes to a campsite to just sit on the campsite all day. I go to a campsite because it's in a location I want to be in. There's things there I want to see, places I want to explore. That's why I'm on the campsite. I don't go there, pull out an awning, set up all these additional tents, set up all my little barbecues and cookers, and then sit there all day. Fair enough, people who are doing it, they're getting out. I can see why. It's better than just sitting indoors, so I'm not knocking them, but that ain't for me. I go out to get to locations and to see sights. That is my purpose in Bongo travels, and I'd recommend it to anyone. Just get out there and just see what's about, because you know, this country and the whole of the British Isles, there's some absolutely fantastic places out there. There really is. You just got to get out and see them. You know, I'd recommend it to anyone. Crack on with it, people. Oh yeah, Bongoben has all the accessories, people. There is no expense spared on this setup. Cost an arm and a leg. Job done. Right then, let's get this bad boy lit. I've got some pork to go on it, and a rabbit. I thought a rabbit would be appropriate. Plenty of hares running around out here. So yeah, let's roll. Now, I will never rate campsites out of 10, because I believe every campsite serves a different person. I've been on some that most people would turn their nose up at, and you know what, they were in a fantastic location, perfect for me. The site, you know, could have been looked after a lot better, but it had exactly what I wanted. It was where I wanted, and the price was good and I was happy. And I've stayed on some that have been really expensive sites and I felt out of place. One I stayed on a campsite and I had to stay on one of the premium pitches. It was all they had left, and I was next to all of these motorhomes that cost minimum 50 grand, and there was my beaten up rusty old bongo sitting in the middle, and I felt I stuck out like a sore thumb. You know, it was a lovely sight, but my point is, different campsites serve different people. Not everybody wants to be on an amazing site that costs an arm and a leg. They're for people who want to sit there and enjoy their day around their van and not really get out and see the local area. I would rather be on a site that's in a perfect location for exploring, but doesn't have all the mod cons. You know, doesn't necessarily have to be spotless. Different campsites serve different needs for different people. So there's no perfect campsite. Everyone's got their own opinion of what the perfect campsite is. I hate to quote the In-Betweeners, the Caravan Club episode, but driving around in a camper van, going where you want, staying in different places every night, you really do get a sense of freedom. It's fantastic. So when I used to go away, I would never book a campsite. I always thought, as part of the adventure, to just end up where you end up. Now I'm getting a bit older, I like to book in advance. It's just peace of mind that you are going to get on a site. Because there's been many times I've turned up to a site near the end of the day and they're full, the office is closed, whatever, and you can't get on. I'm getting older, I don't want the stress, I kind of want more relaxing journeys now. My trips in the past were very full on. I would drive somewhere, climb a mountain, then I would go see some site. I'd be at it all day, non-stop, and then I'd find a campsite and be like, right, that's it, let's get to bed and let's get up and start all over again. And it was great, it was a great experience. Now I'm getting older, you know, grey hairs coming through. Luckily they come through there so I can shave them off. But you know, now I like to try and do things a bit more comfortably, try and book campsites in advance if I can. So people often say to me like, oh, it's great how you can just get in your van and go. I wish I had the confidence. And like this, I have no confidence at all. I'm terrible. But you just get up and do it. That's a funny thing. You get in your van, you drive to a destination, and then you think, well, I'm here now, I might as well go a bit further. And it's that simple. So campervan travels really are the best thing I've ever done with myself. I mean, I think possibly the greatest day of my life was my first ever road trip. The first day of my first ever road trip. And I went to Stonehenge, then I went to Glastonbury, went up Glastonbury tour, and then I parked on a campsite in Cheddar Gorge, and then got out and walked around Cheddar Gorge as sunset. And I remember just the feeling of accomplishment. Because I'm not a man who you can expect much from. I'm not an intelligent man, you know. I'm never going to write a best-selling book. I'm never going to achieve much in life. But to me, that was a real achievement, and I felt so proud and so happy. And from that day, I think that's when Bongoben was born. That I've never looked back from that day. Ever since then, it's like, I've got to do this more often. It's a fantastic hobby. Now this is the life, isn't it, people? This is living the dream, isn't it? Now, obviously, I love camping like this, but, you know, without owning your own land, it ain't easy. See, this is what it's all about, people. Just getting out on nights like this. I mean, what a lovely evening to be out. What more could you want? Some beer, some cooked meat on a fire, and what looks like it's going to be a great sunset. Oh yeah, people. Nice rabbit. That'll do. Fantastic. Pork will be done in a minute. Gonna eat a bit of this. Then I better get this camera set up. See about getting a time lapse for the sunset. So yeah, I'm all packed up now. all ready to go. The same as wild camping, just leave no trace. There's no trace I've been here, apart from obviously the huge crop circle that I've left with the van, but that'll grow back. There's nothing to worry about there. So I'd just like to say thank you to Margot for letting me camp out here and letting me come here and make these videos on your land. But much appreciated.